Adam here from the Walser Automotive Group, but what I want to do today is take you on a test drive. So next to me here, I have the 2025 Hyundai Elantra N with the manual transmission. We'll look at the interior, exterior, some of the trim level options, then go for a spin around, see what it's like out on the road. Okay, so now we're behind the wheel of the 25 Elantra N, and this is the manual transmission. So it does come with an 8-speed automatic or the manual, and those are really only the trim level differences. One big thing to note, if you don't want the slick top, but you do want a sunroof, that only comes with the automatic transmission. So now for the 2025 model year, there's not a lot of big changes. Those came in 2024, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and this is such a fun vehicle. Now, before we even go for a drive around, I've got my phone with me, as we always do. We've got a wireless charging pad down here, and you've got a USB and USB-C connection, so you can run Apple CarPlay as well as Android Auto. Makes it really easy when you're out on the road, not having to mess with your phone. There's voice controls in here, a whole bunch of really cool stuff, among a bunch of other safety features. So before we dig into it anymore, let's fire it up and go for a spin around. All right, so it does make a pretty good little noise. Now, the Elantra N is kind of roughly based off the Walser N, which came out first, but the thing being, this one does make a little bit more power. So we're still keeping that 2-liter 4-cylinder, and that's obviously going to be a turbocharged engine, where the Walser made around 278 horsepower. This one goes up to 286 horsepower with its overboost, which is the N Grin mode. So you do get a little added power versus the outgoing Walser N. Now, a manual transmission. It's something I definitely like. Yes, you can get the automatic, but I feel like in today's age, where there's not a lot of manual transmissions even offered anymore, just having the option for one, let alone something in a very sporty and fun chassis, I think Hyundai made a great decision with this vehicle. Not only does it look really good, but it is so much fun on the road. Anything under about 400 horsepower is enough to get you, still into a little bit of trouble, yet you can still have a ton of fun when it comes to driving around. Now let's talk about what separates the Elantra from the Elantra N. So obviously that front splitter is going to be different, the blacked out grille. This one also gets the flat blacked out Hyundai emblem up front and that little N, which does designate it as obviously the Elantra N model. Now the diffuser is also going to be different, and you get that pretty cool wing out back, which does give it a very nice appearance to the exterior of the vehicle and just adds that little bit of sportiness, letting you know there might be a little bit of something under the hood. Now the exhaust on this is huge. It's even hard to tell on camera, but the exhaust tips and the sound that come out of this vehicle is so much fun. It just makes you keep putting your foot into it more and more. And like I said, the hardest part is maybe just staying out of trouble when behind the wheel of this vehicle. Now let's talk about the exterior. So this is the Abyss Black, and you will notice a different wheel design for this model. The blacked out look on the vehicle is so cool. Like I said, it does give it that menacing look. When you add those LED daytime running lights up front, it's a chrome bar that runs across the middle, but it almost kind of gives it one sleek LED design look, but that's actually what you're getting out back. Now it's a full LED bar out back, the taillights give it a really aggressive appearance, and it all just kind of blends together and looks pretty cool when you're out on the road. When you see one coming, you kind of notice that something a little bit different is going on with that Elantra. Now, what about the ride and drive? The clutch is super light. It's so easy. You can easily daily drive this. 99% of the time, you don't even think about it. Goes into gear, just cruises along. The 6-speed in this car, it's buttery smooth. It's got just a little bit of that notchiness feel to it, so it makes you feel like you're in a sports car, but it's the weight of the shift knob with kind of this leather wrap and the baby blue that runs through it. It looks really cool. It works really good. And the downshifts, they're very smooth as well, but if you want, you can click this rev button, and when I have rev match, if I go from 4 to 3, 3 to 2, you can hear it revs up perfectly, gets me right into the power band, and this would be an excellent little track vehicle or just day-to-day blast around toy. Now, what's cool about saying it is a track vehicle, if you go into the infotainment screen here, you can go into the N mode, and it actually has a bunch of tracks programmed into this vehicle. So you can select the circuit you might be running on. There's kind of a little digital readout. You can see all of your throttle percentage, your oil temps, maybe your tire pressures. It gives you a quick look at what's going on, and that is pretty cool for a track toy. Now, what about the interior? These seats are so good. I love these seats. I wish you could get them in any vehicle. The Elantra N, it fits the personality of the vehicle so well. It's got this little N that actually lights up right below your shoulders here. It actually has the cutouts for the harnesses as well. And these are also heated seats. It might not look like it, but it's 4 degrees today. It is freezing cold outside, so having the ability to have the 3-level heated seats for your daily driver and your track toy is pretty cool. Now there is 2 just a little bit over 10-inch displays. The one side is going to be our digital gauge cluster. So that's going to give you all your pertinent information. So whether it's your trip computer, your compass in there, your tire pressure, or this also has a ton of safety features. Adaptive cruise control, you have blind spot monitoring in the mirrors over here. You also get the lane departure warning. There's a ton of stuff, like I said, to make this a great, safe daily driver. Yet on the other side, your infotainment screen, like I said, you've got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I mean, it just works so seamlessly. Plus, it also has built-in navigation. So maybe you don't want to use your phone if you're out on a road trip. You can use that built-in nav, and it does make it really simple to get where you're going. Now there also is a backup camera in here. So this one does have parking sensors all the way around the vehicle. So with the parking sensors and the backup camera, it again, just one of those little added safety features that make it pretty easy to live with this vehicle day to day. Now another thing, dual climate control. So the driver and the passenger can set their own climates, which is really nice. And obviously this seat is going to be heated for the passenger, and they've also got USB charging down here. So like I said, you can plug your phone in or use the wireless charging pad, which is pretty convenient. Not to mention you've also got your selectable drive modes and then a button you can press that actually pulls up the backup camera. So if you're kind of trying to see what's going on around you, maybe the kids left some stuff in the driveway, you can click that button, it pulls up the camera, and makes it really easy to kind of figure out where you're going or to get out of a parking spot. The rev matching downshift. That's something that would be very easy to get used to. The heel toe is fun, it's easy in this vehicle. You can even hear it's beeping because it thinks I kind of swayed out of my lane a little bit. So all the safety feature that helps you out and all the fun you get to have in this vehicle, what a perfect mix. I could 100% see myself daily driving one of these. You might want to put some snow tires on, as this does come with a pretty aggressive Michelin tire from the factory, but I think if you swapped out some snows, the front wheel drive, it would be easy to get around in the winter time. It's got traction control, it's got everything you would need to have some fun, including you still get a full e-brake here. It's not a switch anymore. With the e-brake, you can still have a little bit of fun in the snow, like I said, but staying out of trouble. Now, what about the back seats? They're also very usable. There's 2 USB-C charging ports back there, and you actually have room to fit. I was very surprised at 6'1", where I had this seat comfortably. There was more than enough room back there. You had knee space, and with the trunk open, it's huge. Costco run, grocery store run would be easy. You could throw a couple sets of golf clubs back there, and the seats do fold down if you want to use that split. But there is a strut brace kind of bar in the back. So the red bar that you can see back there looks super cool and does add a little bit of stiffness and rigidity to the chassis. So the 8-speed automatic did a 0 to 60 run in about 4.8 seconds. So this is a quick car by modern standards. It sounds good. It's got a ton of safety features in here. It's got plenty of technology. Yet it comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty and 3 years of covered maintenance. How cool is that? Your brand new daily driver that you can not only take to the track but use as a commuting vehicle comes with a great warranty and a scheduled maintenance program. Plus, inside, like I said, with the Apple CarPlay, I had that going earlier. This one also gets the Bose sound system, and it does sound really good and a very worthy upgrade over to some of the base Elantras. Now, what about the steering wheel? It's a leather-wrapped steering wheel. Some of that light blue stitching runs through here, and that's where we've got a bunch of buttons. Like I said, the rev matching, or on the right side, you've got the N mode. So if I click that, the whole display does a little dance here and gets you very focused like you're going to be in the track mode. Now, you can tune a bunch of different stuff, but you hear the exhaust does get quite a bit louder once you get into those sport modes. It's fun, it's loud, I know I keep saying it, I would get in trouble in this car. It is so good. You pick up speed so quickly, it's very unexpected, especially when you've got that rev match. It gives a little burble and pop, and then you put your foot down, and when you lift, that over rev burble and crackle, it's a lot of fun. It is a ton of fun. But then, just click it back on the left side. I'm back in normal mode. I can even put it in eco mode, and I'm gonna get high 20s fuel economy, which makes it a pretty good commuter. So the other side of the steering wheel, like I said, you've got some voice controls on that. You can control your radio stuff. And then the right side, kind of a little bit more on that. Some of your safety features you can adjust in there as well. I really like it. I knew going into it I was going to like this car. I've driven the Walser N. I've driven one of these before. 2025 is no different. Safety, comfort, I mean, foot down speed and instant torque. What a cool little machine. It really just does a lot of fun stuff, and it comes at a pretty good price. Now, the MSRP on this one with the manual transmission comes in around $35,000. If you add that 8-speed automatic, it's going to bump up a little bit higher than that, but I don't know why you wouldn't want the manual. The Abyss black, the blacked out wheels, badging emblems, the black interior in here with the baby blue, it all works so nicely together. Hyundai did such a great job designing this vehicle, from the ride and drive to the gear shift to just everything. I mean, the seats in here, you could easily eat up hundreds of miles on a road trip, not even think twice about it, and have fun along the way. So I think if you're maybe looking at Toyota, maybe you're looking at the Honda, you're looking for something that, you know, you could still daily drive, yet you could have a track toy on the weekend. The Elantra N really delivers on that. And I think at a great price with a great warranty. The technology in here is good. I think the styling on the exterior plus the sound this vehicle makes, there's a lot of fun to be had in one of these vehicles. And I think if you're in the market, you have to get out, take one of these for a spin and see what you think. Now, that was just a quick look and drive at the 2025 Hyundai Elantra N. Now, if you have any other questions or you'd like to schedule a test drive, you can visit us online at walser.com or stop by either one of our Hyundai locations. We'd be more than happy to help you out. Thanks again for watching.